a famous TikToker who has more than 54 million TikTok followers, more than 11 million YouTube subscribers, and 1 million Instagram followers, suddenly vanished in the thin air. And now he is back after around 2 years and posted his first video on July 3rd. Today we are going to talk about Seo Won-jong, who was accused of gang R-word of a woman, and now the internet is defending him. Famous as a mama guy, he started posting videos when he was in college, and by the age of 26, he was already living global fame, earning a spot on the Forbes 30 Under 30 Asia 2023 list. But he suddenly disappeared from social media. His last post was on July 22nd, 2023. SBS reported that an influencer A and one other man was arrested for an extremely serious crime. When SBS first broke this news, they blurred his face, but the internet easily recognized his picture. And on top of that, his absence confirmed it was him. In July 2023, like usual, he was out with his friends clubbing. They were partying, enjoying themselves, and of course drinking. Then, in the middle of all this, the mama guy and his friends noticed a very beautiful girl at the club. Now, we don't know the exact details whether they knew her before or not, but based on what reports say, we'll assume he didn't know her beforehand. Still, both he and his friend were instantly drawn to her, so mama guy walked up to her and tried to have some small talk. And naturally, since he was famous, good-looking, and confident, he managed to start a pretty smooth conversation with her. They were chatting, things seemed casual, but unfortunately, the intentions that he and his friend had towards this girl were evil. They were constantly trying to get her to hook up with them. They were trying to pressure her into something she clearly wasn't okay with. She could see right through what they were trying to do. The girl didn't show any interest in them, and was firm with her boundaries. No, such a confusing, vague concept. Truly, how could anyone possibly understand 2 letters? Mama guy and his friend came up with a manipulative plan. They decided to keep talking to her, buying her drinks, until she was so intoxicated she couldn't say no anymore. And tragically, that's exactly what they did. Eventually, she lost consciousness. Then they took her, without her consent, to his friend's apartment, and kept her there overnight. I'm sure I don't need to explain in detail what happened after that. They completely violated her. The girl remained unconscious the whole night. She had no idea what was being done to her. She never gave consent. The next morning, when she started to regain consciousness, she heard them laughing and she heard the click of a phone camera. That's an important detail. She couldn't see much at first. But when she finally opened her eyes and came fully to her senses, she saw herself in a compromised position and realized what had happened. It's horrifying just to think about it. As soon as she could, she reached out to Gangnam Police Station in Seoul. She told the police everything she could remember and reported Mama Guy and his friend. So the police immediately began an investigation. Of course, Mama Guy became the prime suspect, and the victim also named him directly in her report, so the police went straight to his apartment. But even after waiting for a long time, he refused to open the door. That's when authorities had no choice but to call in the fire department and forcefully enter the apartment. Mama Guy was arrested on the spot. His first statements was, everything was consensual. SBS soon reported this news in a special coverage, and they reported, influencer A and one other man was arrested for SA a woman. There were all kind of reaction back then. This is my second video on this case. I covered it back then as well. Well, as you can imagine, people was furious, disgusted, and surprisingly, actually not so surprising for me, this man had fans defending him as well, which isn't something new to me. I mean, Seungri has defender till today. Even he is convicted for burning Sun. The same guy who always acted so sweet and innocent online made goofy videos yelling, "Mama is actually a predator and a criminal." After initial investigation, the case was handed over to the South Korean court. If all the allegations were proven true, he would face up to 7 years in prison, which is a standard in such case. The first hearing was held on January 17, 2024. There wasn't much information released to the media regarding his court hearing, but here is all we know about this case. 2 months back, in April 2025, Mama Guy was initially sentenced to 3 years and 6 months in prison for his horrifying crime. But during the second trial, things changed. The court ruled that there wasn't enough solid evidence to prove it was gang-related, so the charge was downgraded to attempted R-word. As a result, his sentence got reduced to just 1 year and 6 months, and to make it worse, even 1 year and 6 months sentence is suspended for 2 years. When a sentence is suspended, it means the person doesn't actually go to prison right away. Instead, they're given a kind of probation period, in this case 2 years. If he stay out of trouble and follow certain rules during that time, he won't have to serve the prison sentence at all. But if he break the law again or violate the conditions, the court can activate the original prison sentence, and he'll have to go to jail for that 1 year and 6 months. Suspended sentence is equal to you're free for now, but mess up again and you're going to jail. This is so messed up, I just cannot wrap my head around the fact he is free and started posting on social media like a normal person. Like he didn't attempt to do such a horrifying crime, as by the court verdict. Please remember that him being suspended doesn't mean he didn't do it. It just means the court acknowledged some level of guilt, but chose not to send him to prison immediately, likely because of the settlement with the victim. Yes, he also was reported to have made an agreement with the victim. In many cases like this, when the accused reaches a private settlement or agreement with the victim, sometimes involving money, an apology, or both, it can influence the court's final decision, especially in South Korea. Courts may view the agreement as a sign that the victim wants to avoid a drawn-out legal battle, or they may consider it as part of restorative justice. Judges then reduce the sentence or suspend it entirely, especially if the accused shows remorse or has no prior record. So yeah, the suspended sentence was probably influenced by that agreement. Even though it doesn't necessarily mean justice was served in the eyes of the public, it's a loophole where someone with influence or money can dodge serious consequences very easily. Sometimes it feels like legal system is protecting accused more than the victim itself. Unfortunately, it is what it is. A suspended sentence still means he's guilty, just that the punishment is softened. It doesn't erase the crime. So on May 27th, Mama Guy basically confirmed everything by posting a long apology. He admitted he was the influencer everyone was talking about and said he cooperated with the investigation. After that, things went quiet for a bit. Turns out the silence didn't last long, because now he's back to posting on TikTok like nothing ever happened. Now, one important thing I want to mention here is his apology. He wrote, "I was found not guilty of the major charges that were widely reported. I never filmed the other party. The investigation was closed without charges." The claims about unlawful confinement, reported by some media outlets, were also based on misinformation. While I did my best to present the facts, not everything was accepted, and I received a suspended sentence for a part of the charges. I was also able to communicate with the other party and bring the matter to a respectful close. Once again, I want to express my sincere apology to everyone who was affected by this situation. And you just look at the comments defending him. I don't know where these people comes from. The fact that he received a suspended sentence means the court still found him guilty of something serious enough to warrant jail time. But no. Blind followers are welcoming him back with a warm heart, and maybe these positive supporting comments could simply be bots. We never know. It's possible. Also, the way he worded his apology and caption is very smart. At first look, you would think, okay, so he is innocent, but actually he isn't. He plays the "I was scared" card to gain sympathy. Some people advised me to admit to the charges, saying it might result in a lighter sentence, even if they weren't true. He's planting a seed of doubt. Like maybe he only admitted something because others told him to, not because it was real. This makes people think, oh, maybe he's innocent after all. I did everything I could to clarify the truth, including voluntarily requesting a polygraph test and even preparing a reenactment video. He's going above and beyond. But the truth is, he still got a guilty verdict with a suspended sentence. These efforts don't erase that. There is an outrage because of his return. This man has the audacity to make video again and show his face in public is beyond me. And on top of that, in the caption, he say that a video of a man hurting a woman is not him. Yes, that is a different video, but he wrote everything. It's not me. I am not guilty of major charges. All these words and sentences are carefully written. Please remember 2 months ago, this same man was sentenced to 1 year and 6 months. He is not found guilty of recording the victim and gang R word because of lack of enough evidence. Let's look at some of the reactions. Wait, WTF? He's already out? Korean laws hate women because what the F is these? And still has the audacity to show his face on the internet again? What is he gonna do next? Act all cute and innocent and scream mama out loud again? While pretending to have people forget what he did? Exactly recently, I covered NCT Tail's court trial. He is also out, even though he admitted to his crime. Do check out that video if you're interested. The amount of comments supporting him is beyond me. I shared all the facts in this video. I would encourage people to do their own research before defending somebody on the internet. And don't be surprised if you see comments defending him even in the comments section of this video. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. And I see you in the next one.